Everybody's feeling right. Welcome to Ladies Night, Ladies Night. Here to have a good time. Everybody's feeling right. Welcome to Ladies Night, Ladies Night. Oh, yeah.
Hello, y'all. I am back. This is our second show from being on a long hiatus, and I want to thank everyone for tuning in. Tonight we have our special guest, Leenda, with she's the owner of Snatched Beauties. Hey, Leenda, how are you? Oh, you're on mute.
I'm good. How are you guys?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for coming on to the show tonight.
Thank you for
So,
having me.
so let's just jump into this. So what is Snatched Beauties?
Snatched Beauties is a non-invasive spa. I offer a variety of non-invasive procedures so you don't have to have surgery. There's no downtime in anything that I offer.
Okay, and how did you come up with this concept?
Well, it's been around for a while. I used to actually get it done myself, and I was really interested in it. I used to work at USC, and we did a lot of mommy makeovers or just general surgery. But that comes with like a BBL. You can't sit on your butt for months, So it looks like they got hit by a semi and they can't do nothing. And it's really depressing. After, yes, it looks good, but the process of not being able to care for yourself is a big bummer.
Yeah. I'm so sorry. There was kind of like a slight delay. Can you repeat what you said? You kind of broke up a little bit.
So I was saying I used to work at USC, and we did a lot of like mommy makeovers or general plastic. And with that comes a lot of downtime. If you get like a BBL, you can't even sit on your butt. So you can't even care for yourself the way you should. So if you're even a mom or just a regular Joe, you have to miss work. That's income, all these other things. So what I do is, yes, mine's a process. It's consistency, but there's no downtime.
No downtime.
It's just being consistent like the gym. You will get the results if you're consistent. But you can go about your day to day with no problem.
With no problem, you're allowed to sit down on your butt and
right,
work and stuff and still engage in normal activities. So what got you into like snatching these bodies? What made you like, oh, I want to snatch some bodies today?
It's just it's rewarding. Like me personally, I've never had surgery. I'm again like I don't want to go under. Now it's a lot of people are getting really sick. A lot of people are dying. A lot of people are going out of the country and they're not coming back, or they're coming back but they're getting infections. And I don't think it's worth it. It's just there's other alternatives. Like there is when people do natural medicine. There's other ways to get the cure. You just had to find it. So I just feel if I can give people the same results, why not? Why put your life in jeopardy to look a certain way?
But what made you interested in snatching, making bodies beautiful and snatching them? What sparked your interest into getting into this field?
Seeing the results, like when I first started, I was kind of, I'm not going to lie, hesitant. Like, does it really work? But when I started seeing the results, it like, wow, you could really, and it saves you money. So you can really get the same results for maybe, I would say a little bit less than half the price of going under. So it's very.
How did you come upon this? Like, what made you say, I think I want to snatch some bodies today. I think I'm going to bless the world with whatever gift I have to shrink them waist size and make that booty plump. Like, what brought you into this? Like, what interests you? What about snatching bodies made you like, I want to do this? I want to help the world.
I honestly like people. That's why I'm a nurse. So I like the interaction that I get with people. But I got it done myself and wasn't educated properly on how to care for myself while getting snatched. So then I educated myself, got a practitioner's license or whatnot. And I just really enjoy doing what I do. I just was like, I want to do this. I want people to, everybody deserves to feel good regardless of what they look, what color of skin they are. Everybody deserves to look good. And if I could make a difference in somebody's life just by lifting their booty or, sucking in their stomach, why not? It's the same as working on the floor. They want to see a happy nurse. So if I can be
Mm-hmm.
that person from someone going through a divorce or whatever, and they just want to be like how Stella got her groove back,
Mm-hmm.
I want to help do that.
That sounds cool. Like, oh, I just had a thought. Like, wouldn't it be cool to have like a snatch body party with your girlfriends
Right, right.
and
It
get
does
some
feel good.
like
People,
stuff done?
yeah, they feel good after. It's like, wow, I feel good, and that makes me feel good that you feel good.
That is awesome. That is awesome. So, who would be like a good candidate to get their body contoured or um, you know?
I think almost anybody is a good candidate as long as you don't have a pacemaker, because a pacemaker will interfere with the radio waves of my machines.
Mhm.
So that won't work. But anybody that wants to get it done pretty much can get it done. It's non-invasive, so it's not going to interfere with any medical conditions. There's nothing that will go wrong. It's just like taking natural medicine.
Right. Okay. So like what's the maintenance on this? Like, okay, I come in, I get my body snatched, I'm feeling fine. Like what is it that I would have to do or your everyday woman would have to do to keep that body snatched and up from your non-invasive work that you do?
I would say an average person, once you're snatched, to maintain it, you have to still work out. Like, say, for instance, we do a BBL.
Mm.
Even if you get a BBL through surgery, you still have to maintenance it with them going in every so many years. Here's you have to do your squats to work out like 30 minutes a day and drink a lot of water. But a lot of the results are lasting. Like I do the hyaluron pen, that's a forever result. The BBL, I would say every year you would have to come in and just get some maintenance done on it at least once a week. But everything else, once we get rid of that fat, it's up to you to keep it off. Once I do my part, it's up to the client themselves to make sure they don't go eat a bunch of ho-hos and donuts and think the results are gonna last, because that's not how it works.
What is like is there like a special type of diet a patient of yours or a client of yours should have after during their process and after the process of getting their body nicely snatched and tightened up?
Changing your diet's always key. I always encourage my clients to try to change. I know changing is hard, but my biggest thing I stress is water. If you can't eat right, at least drink water. But your results will vary on what you're eating. If
Mm-hmm.
I eat better than the next person, my results may be better. But who's to say? Everybody's body is different. So the key really is water, 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 water. No McDonald's, no processed food. Just it's kind of a common sense kind of thing.
Right.
But you will have your moments where you're gonna binge or whatnot. You're human. But my recommendation always is try to eat better, and at least I don't care if you walk in place for 30 minutes a day. I need you to do at least 30 minutes of some kind of cardio, something to sweat out the fat.
So have you had like a client who came through, she wanted to get her body snatched and the results weren't going how she wanted? Like, do you have any like issues with that or like
I
any
do. I have.
confrontation? Like what do you tell your clients when this happens?
I make it clear, like at the moment of consultation, I'm not a miracle worker. You're not gonna walk out of here looking like Barbie. That's just not gonna happen. And I do tell them results vary person to person, because I can't say in 6 sessions for sure you're gonna look the way you want, because I don't know how your body is gonna respond to the treatments. I don't know if you're gonna do your part. So yes, they do get upset, but they're already in it, so they just finish. Yes, it's longer than 6 or 8 sessions, but they've already invested in themselves. To
Mm.
walk away would be just dumb. So it just takes us longer and them to understand you need to do your part. I can't control what you do when you leave here. So they come to terms with it and they end up getting the results they want. It's just longer because,
Longer.
yeah, you can't do this and drink, at the same time, because all you're doing is burning the fat and putting yeast right back in your body. You can
Mm-hmm.
drink, but not like the same day. Don't, like, go drink water.
Don't drink alcohol. Go and drink some water.
Right, drink some water. Give it like 2 or 3 days, then go drink your beer. But don't drink beer right after. Like, that's not how it works. Don't go to Jack in the Box when we're done. No.
Noted.
Right.
Have you had like a customer or you call them client? Have you had a client before you're like, okay, my service with you is done. I don't like your attitude. You're not doing your part. it is just done. Like, have you had to like refuse service to anyone because of how they
I've
acted, how they came in?
Yes, I've had to refuse service because people, when I first started, you're always trying to keep your clients, but they take your kindness for weakness. They try to run the show. Like, I'm coming this day, this time, switching appointments. I just had to be like, this is bad business. I need the business, but I don't need the business that bad. So
Right, right,
I have to refuse service at some points because I know I'm not going to give them the results they want. So
right.
it's just like with you engaging the way you're engaging and not showing up and doing like, that's my name on the street. You're walking around saying, I go there, but you don't have results. I can't let you do that to me because you're not telling them like, oh, I'm not eating right. And oh, I only go once a week. And oh, so I have to be like, if you're not going to commit, I can't help you. So I do tell in my consultations, it's a commitment. If you're not ready for the commitment or your finances are not in order, don't start.
Don't even come to me.
Because I mean, yes, I could be, oh yeah, I'll take your money,
Yeah.
but then you're gonna badmouth me 2 months down the road when you've only came 3 times and say I gave her $500 and I didn't see nothing. You're not gonna tell them what you didn't do though to not get those
Right.
results. So I just have to be very like, you need to commit. You can't go to the gym once a month and think you're gonna see results. It's not gonna work.
Right, right. You're right. It's consistency is always key to everything that you do.
Yes,
I agree
yes,
with
for
that. 100%. Is the procedure like painful? And how long does the sessions typically last?
most sessions are about 45 minutes, depending on what they get. I do offer a hyaluron pen, which is a needleless procedure. It's air pressure. Some it hurts, others it doesn't. With that hyaluron pen, you can do like your double chin, your arms, anywhere there's fat. But if it hurts, I do numbing cream. My tolerance level, I've tried it on myself. I don't need numbing cream. I've had other clients that ask for the cream prior to getting these injections. Um, so it just all depends on your tolerance.
What about the BBL?
The
Because
BBL
I
is really
see it on I see it on Instagram with the cups and the butt, and butt is like filling up the cup. It looks like it could be painful, but is it painful? Do you have any complaints about that?
I don't have any complaints that it's painful, except one of my machines just decides to turn off when it wants to turn off, and it'll keep you in a suction mode. But other than that, I mean, it shouldn't hurt. None of these procedures should honestly hurt. You may get bruising, redness, all that, because again, everybody's body is different. But pain, even with wood therapy, there should be no pain. It should be painless. If there's pain, they're doing something wrong. Now, for the BBL, some people figure the tighter it pulls, the better results. Um, that's their preference. I always ask, does it hurt? Does it hurt? People say, oh no, I'll put it tighter just to see. But then bruise. I didn't know they're gonna bruise because they said it didn't hurt. So it's kind of like, well, you bruised because it was so tight, but you didn't say it hurt. But I'm always asking, are you sure it doesn't hurt? Because it's not supposed to be something where you're in pain, but you will
Right.
still sore, like if you did squats or something, because it's messing with muscles and stuff that you don't regularly use.
Right. Wow. Okay. So if I were to come to you today, if I were to come to you tomorrow, what would you tell me that I need to do to prepare myself for your session?
I would tell you to don't drink before you come. Make sure you're gonna eat a balanced meal. No tanning, none of that stuff. And you have to be
No tanning.
before you come in. No, like don't go to the tanning booth and then come.
Oh, because why?
They just don't recommend it. I think because of the ultrasound, the UV lights and stuff. Because depending on what you're gonna get, like if they're gonna get in my infrared sauna, that's just too much light in one day. From the tanning booth into the lights, it's just too much. But for the most part, I just tell people there's nothing really you have to alter, but you have to be ready to drink water. That's all. Because a lot of people, it sounds crazy because it's just water, but a lot of people are like, water? I don't drink water. I'm like, well, you're gonna have to drink more water, but some drink water.
Water is always key. Water is actually really good. I don't understand why people don't like to drink water. It's
You'll be
actually my
surprised.
favorite thing. It's delicious. I
Yeah,
mean,
a lot of people just are like, oh, I can only drink like 16 ounces. I'm like, that's all you drink in a day?
Yeah,
So it's
I
really
drink that
hard.
in the morning
Yeah, a
when
lot
I
of
wake
people are,
up.
what happens if I don't drink water? I'm like, you're not going to get results because water is a cleansing. Water does miracles. You should try it, you know? So that's my biggest thing. I always recommend drink water before you come, drink water when you leave. Drink water up to 2 days after just to flush it out. And then you could go back to your soda, whatever, but you should always still drink water.
Yeah, I agree. Just because water is good for you.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, what are the resources that you have that helped you along the way with um doing what you're doing with sculpting bodies and contouring bodies and snatching bodies?
School. I had to go to a lot of training schools, even to become a practitioner. It's a lot of money to actually become like between getting your license, your registration, your DBA, your EIN. It's a lot. It's a process. It's not just something fly by night. You just, oh, I'm gonna open this up. There is some people that just get a certificate and they open up. But
Mm-hmm.
I went to like the extreme because it looks better if you're like a practitioner, someone tested you to become a body contourer, not just some girl off the street that said, "Oh, I know how to do this. I'll give you a certificate. Now you go open up a body contouring spa." So I went all the way through. It probably was about $8,000 because I could do
Wow.
a lot of different things. I don't just do cavitation and BBLs. I can do like the hyaluron pen, cool sculpting. I'm a massage therapist. There's a lot of the yoni steams. There's a lot of different certificates that I hold that allow me to do a lot of different things. Now, if I just wanted to do ultrasonic cavitation and the BBL, it would be like $2,600. And then all your licensing and stuff's a whole different ball game. But I offer these classes with different levels of what someone wants to learn. They can come in and say, I just want to learn how to do the BBL. I'll train them in just that. You know,
Mm-hmm.
or I want ultrasonic cavitation and BBL and wood therapy just to open up. And then if they ever want more training, then I can offer that. Or they, just pick or choose. But I went like, the more I know, the more valuable I am. So my client doesn't have to go anywhere else. I,
Right. You want
I
everything in
oh, here.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So, speaking of classes, you do classes for everything that you do, right? Do
Yes,
you
ma'am.
have do you do like a one-on-one session with someone, or do you have like multiple students at a time, or you just teach a whole class?
It's preference. I personally prefer one on one because I'm the type that sometimes won't ask questions because I don't want to feel stupid.
Mm-hmm.
So when it's one on one, that gives my client the opportunity to ask whatever question may sound stupid, but it's just me and the client.
Mm-hmm.
And I offer classes on Zoom. They don't even have to come in because with COVID, I still taught, but
Okay.
it was through Zoom. But I always prefer one on one, but classes I'll do up to 10 people at a time because it's a 1 day course, sometimes a day and a half, depending on how many questions are asked. But
Mm.
when it's just me and the person, I can stay with that person as long as they want. And if we do Zoom, I just mail all the informational books and everything that they need. And then they still get me for like a year mentorship if they need anything. And I
Oh,
give
that's
them,
awesome.
yeah, I still am there. Even in person, I would like just call me, DM me, text me if you have any questions because, it's like not even women empowerment. I've taught men how to do this so they can help their wives or whatnot. You know what I mean? So anybody's more than welcome to learn it. It's easy.
How long have you been doing this?
Like 2 years.
2 years? Very successful. You doing anything?
Yeah, actually, I was doing it out of my house and then I opened up my studio and now I will be in the process, fingers crossed, moving to a bigger space here by hopefully the end of this month so my space can grow.
That is amazing.
I'm excited, really, really excited, actually.
Um, so who are like three people who were influential for you to get into this business and to be a businesswoman, to own a black business? Like who it could be a celebrity, it could be a family member, it could be a friend, like
Honestly,
who really kind of like
nobody
put that in your just influenced you to just be this and be a boss and just do what you want to do.
nobody honestly really influenced me. I just like my kids, I want to show like there's nothing we can't do. Even as women or whatever, like the sky's the limit. As long as you apply yourself, you can do whatever you want to go to the moon, make it happen. You can go to the moon, so there's nothing I feel I can't do. and I didn't see like a famous person, but I did see like on Instagram, I'd scroll and I'd see, and I'm like, I could do that. If they could do it, I could do it. I could do it. So
Yeah.
I just like woke up and said, I'm gonna do this, and I got the classes, figured out how much it was gonna cost, and I did it, and now I'm here.
And now we're
And
here. And now
I,
we're here.
yeah, I wouldn't change it. Like I wouldn't. I really enjoy my clients because they all come from different walks of life. They all have different stories, and I like when they're happy. I like when they're like, "Oh, I love it here. Oh, you're so friendly." It just makes me. This is my happy place. This is my happy zone. Like
So
I
it's like
love being here.
so it's like kind of therapeutic for you as well as you're doing therapy on someone else, you're also getting therapy in the same time.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
great.
I love.
That's awesome. I love hearing stuff like that. Um, so what is a common myth about um your procedure that people say that you want to get them away from thinking? Like, you hear, oh, it doesn't work. If you need, you
That's
know,
the thing.
get
It doesn't.
surgery because it doesn't work. You're just wasting your money. Like, what is the common myth and something you want to tell people like, no, like
I
it's
think
wrong.
the common myth is it doesn't work. And I was one of those. It doesn't work until I actually put in the time, the energy, and did what it took to make it work. It worked. Now, if you don't keep it up, I'll use me as an example. I lost like 15 pounds doing it, but I got really busy with clients and just kept on eating the way I ate. And my weight came right back. But if you do, once you go to sleep, you start shedding those pounds, you get the butt you want or the abs you want, you have to maintain them. So it
Right.
will work. You follow my steps. Now, yes, for me, it could take 6 sessions. For somebody else, it could take 12, but you will get the results if you are consistent and you understand the process. You have to trust the process. If you come in with the negative energy and you let people tell you, oh, it's not working, you haven't lost nothing, you're going to start like, maybe I'm not. Maybe, you're going to start doubting it. But the client themselves can feel it. They can see it. The first sign is like, their bowels change. For a lot of my clients, they urinate more, they void more, and they're like, oh, I don't have heartburn, or oh, I've been using the toilet 3 times a day. Those are signs that fat is coming out.
Okay.
So it may not be to the outside world that you look, wow, you look skinnier. No, but it's working within, and then
Mm-hmm.
it'll start transforming. But that's the biggest myth of it doesn't work, because they want to come in here and then they want to lose like 5 inches. I'm human. Like there's only so much I could do. Like some people do though. Some people do lose 2 to 3 inches. You know, it just it's the body. Some people have more fat in one place than another person does. So it all
Right.
like I could do it to myself today and probably wouldn't see a difference, but I would feel it. You wouldn't see the difference on me, but I could feel it. Like, oh, my
Right.
stomach flatter. Oh, so and that's all that matters to me. As long as you feel it and you can tell, we're getting somewhere.
We're getting somewhere. Um, so you know how things change often? Like this is a new thing now, this is a new trend now. Like how do you stay on top of things so you don't miss it? Like every day so there's some new thing that's going on that's this is a hot new thing that we're doing to our bodies now. Like how do
I
you
think
stay on trend on that to make sure you're like on top and you don't miss anything?
I think it's social media. Everything you need to know is on social media. So I'll be like, I wonder if I could do that, or. So I try to do as much as I can do without having to need like a RN or a doctor. Like I would love to give B12 injections. If
Mm,
able, I am, but I would need someone needs to prescribe them. I can't write a
mm.
script. You know what I mean? I would need a doctor or RN that could do that for me. So there's a lot of like those IV bags when you're hungover. Like I would like to do that stuff, but I don't have the orders. So
I would like for you to do that too.
I try to stay
Come
up.
on and Ivy me up.
Right. That's why I'm like, I could start an IV by all means necessary. I am a nurse, but I'm not an RN. And
Right.
so I can't do it. But for the most part, if people do call me and say, oh, do you offer this? I'm like, yep. I may not offer it, but I'm like, yep, because I will get licensed to do it. So I'm not going to tell you no. I did not do no V steams or yoni steams. And a client called me and said, do you offer them? I said, I sure do. And I got certified to do them because I'm
Love
not
it.
losing business. Whatever you need me to do, I will do it.
You will do it.
Yes, I would. If it's within grasp and I could afford to get licensed, I'm gonna do it. So I always look at, let me see what these people are offering. Let me, because it's here in Los Angeles, this is everywhere,
Right.
and that's why I said I went to the limits of becoming a practitioner in it, that which makes me stand out compared to just a regular person that has a certificate. And I
Right.
went to the BBB, and so I went to a bunch of different levels to be like, well, she's registered here, and she's, and that makes you stand out. So I will do whatever. I offer everything. Like a client wanted a massage. I'm not a massage therapist. Now I am. I wasn't a month ago, but I am now.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh yeah, I offer massage. So I do whatever. I want to do teeth whitening, but I'm kind of like, not eyelashes. People ask me about the eyelashes, but me and the eye, we don't mix. But
I used to get those eyelashes, but I would get eye infections a lot
yeah,
because I wear contacts. So
yeah, it's
I
just
just have to just wear the strips, take them off at night, put them on in the morning. I'm like,
that's a very
A-okay with that.
eyelashes is a very dangerous game. Someone can go blind, if you
Yeah.
infect right, and I'm good. I don't need that in my life. But teeth, I'm kind of like, oh, I might start teeth whitening or the gems.
Mm-hmm. That's
My
nice.
sister does gems, so I'm like, maybe I'll do the gems. I'm not. No one's asked me, so I haven't pursued it. But it's so when I do get asked, then I'll pursue it.
Okay, well, before we end this cute little chat we got going on, I like to play games. You like to play a game?
Sometimes, depending.
Sometimes? Okay.
I don't
Well,
like to lose.
you like to what?
I don't like to lose.
Well, let's see. Okay, so we're gonna play a fun trivia game. I'm gonna give you 3 questions. I'm gonna ask you 3 questions, and you just answer them to the best of your whatever you think it is. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. How many times does the average human poop in one day?
3.
You're right. You're absolutely right. Okay. Let's see. Okay, what was Walt Disney afraid of?
I have no idea.
Disneyland. Can I give you a hint?
Walt
What
Disney afraid of
what was Walt Disney afraid of? I'll give you a hint. It goes with Minnie and Mickey.
a mouse.
He was afraid of mice. Very good. Yeah. Let's see. What is the average size of a gorilla's butt? Gorilla's booty. What is the average size of a
This
gorilla's
way,
booty?
lengthwise or widthwise?
Wide.
Wide. 3 feet.
19 inches wide. You were close, though.
I was. What is that? A foot and a half?
Okay. Okay. How much does the elephant's dung normally weigh?
4 pounds.
Close. 3,837 kilograms. I don't know what a kilogram is, so don't worry. You're right.
Close.
Okay, this is our last question. We're gonna make it good. What odd job did the father of William Shakespeare often perform?
I have no clue.
Drinking beer.
Yay!
So you got 4 out of 5. Okay, so before we wrap everything up, where can people find you at?
They can find me on Instagram at snatched_beauties. On Google, I have a website, snatchedbeauties.com. And now I'm on Slauson, but I may be leaving. I'm at 3724 West Slauson. My number they can reach me at is 323-347-9887, which I would say is their best option, or Instagram, just in case I do move, which would be at the end of this month. May. So phone number or Instagram is the best way to reach me, guys.
So what if somebody doesn't want to come to you, or do you travel to them if it's
I do have
reasonable distance?
I charge more for house calls because gas is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah, girl,
yeah, so
it's
it's
disgusting.
better that you come to me, to be honest. But there's need or you just really want services, but you don't want to leave the house for whatever reason, I will make the exception. But it's very rare. I do that for like my industry people. I do go to their houses, but
Okay.
yeah, no. But I do my training classes on Zoom. They
You
don't
do the
have.
training classes on Zoom, and that's the best way.
Yep.
Just log in and just train, train, train. Okay, well, thank you for joining us tonight. Thank you guys for tuning in to Miss.Sheena's World. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I'm back. I missed you guys. I know you missed me. Everybody have a good
Oh,
night, and thank you so. Yeah.
if they heard me on this show, they will get a discount.
Mm-hmm.
Just let me know that you heard me on the show, and I will give you a discount on your first service.
Awesome. Well, definitely. I'll put some stuff in the link down low, and we'll go from there. Well, thank you, everyone, and you have a good night.